The Africa of myth looms large in the mind of adventure seekers around the world. Vast plains, monsoon rainfall, ancient peaks, and fantastical wildlife all come to mind when we consider the cradle of humanity. With this abundance of natural beauty, South Africa is a diverse nation with an albatross of a past, and situated at the edge of the world. With a Sling high wing and a Sling TSI, we'll explore the country from north to south, visiting Sling's home base of Johannesburg, a game reserve near the border with Botswana, a farm in the Karoo Desert, and Cape Town. To see it on the ground is stunning, and to see it by air is exceptional. Adventure feels endless when you fly under African skies. Johannesburg, a city at the heart of South Africa that began as a mining town, where brothers and co-CEOs James and Andrew Pittman run Sling aircraft out of Tetterfield Air Park. At nearly 5,000 feet MSL, the environment shapes Sling's design, and the ability to access the country by air has always been key to their mission.
I believe that South Africa is about the best location on Earth to develop a light aircraft like this. I had a concern initially that people in the first world wouldn't want to buy an aircraft out of a developing country. And I must say, I have been delighted by how kind of open-minded Europeans, Americans, people, from the developed and technological world have been, how open-minded and accepting of our products. South Africa is a good place to fly. I think the best on earth of these little kinds of aeroplanes. I, of course, over the last 20 years have flown a huge amount in this country. So I really feel as if I've got quite a kind of intimate knowledge of what is where and what it looks like and how it feels. You can get in an aeroplane and fly from A to B, usually without even having to file a flight plan. So the weather is good, the regulatory framework is reasonably permissive, so you can really get around quite easily, quite cheaply and quite happily. You can go to the bush and go and see a wonderful game, and it's easy.
We are at the Valgafontein Game Reserve in the Waterberg region of South Africa. Our game reserve has got two airstrips. Yes, one is situated at the main gate, and the other one, the one that we are right on at the moment, this is our central one. We call it the Western Airstrip. It's situated right in the middle of the game reserve. So now and then you do get people that do have their own planes that fly in.
We jump in our aeroplanes and we go to these beautiful game reserves all the time. See those wonderful animals, take our friends to them, land on dirt runways. A lot of them have wonderful tar runways as well, in fact. But it does make it all really easily accessible and wonderful. Yeah.
My normal day job is to do game drives. I take the guests out every morning and every afternoon. It's like a 3-hour trip, showing them all the game.
The African bush itself is extremely special. We've got animals that you can't see anywhere else in the world. In their natural habitats, it's quite special to see. It's not something you see in a zoo.
One of the wonderful things about Africa is the wildlife, the big mammals. You've got to, if you come to Africa, see the big five.
To see a lion and then walking amongst elephants, seeing their presence, seeing their size. That's an experience that you can never get unless you're in the African bush. You have to experience it at least once in your life.
I've been with these animals for years, but that's the joy that my guests get when they see the animal. I still enjoy that. It makes me still enjoy and remember the first time I also had the same experience.
Because most of the country is not covered really by an airport, you don't speak to ATC just about at all. If we're at low level, there will be nobody else on the radio. If we climb high, we will be able to talk to information. You're required to carry a first aid kit in strips, obviously a fire extinguisher, but we don't, in a lot of African countries, you must have an ELT on board. You don't actually require that in South Africa, yeah. But there are a lot of open spaces where there's just nothing.
We're on a family farm of ours. I've been farming here since 2008. So this is a Karoo farm. We're in the middle of the Karoo. So it's pretty hot and dry, and in the winters it gets very cold. We only have about 100 millimeters of rain every year here, so it's not a lot. The soil is really fertile here, so a little rain goes a long way. Well, we're far from civilization, so it's almost like in Australia, the outback, so it's quick and painless transport with the planes from town to farm, from farm to farm, or wherever you need to go. Joburg, from here, 3.5 hours fly, and then it will be to drive, it's about 11 hours. Now, the closest big town is about 45 minutes flight from here, yeah. So it's not too far, yeah. This runway is 1.1 kilometer from end to end, and then we have like a 200-meter runoff section if there's a situation. So it's about 1.3 then in total. So runway maintenance, it's because it's so dry here and we don't have a lot of rain, it's not a lot of work to maintain it. So we just grade the runway once or twice a year, depends on the rain. Sometimes we don't do anything to it for the whole year. We're lucky in that aspect. But unfortunately we have a little bit of dust, so that's more maintenance on the plane side. But at the end of the day, it's still cheaper than to drive. So my passion started for flying in 2006. It opens up your world. It's so free up there in the air. Except for the little bit of radio work you have to do, there's not a lot of rules that you need to follow, and it makes you feel free. And I think that's the best part of flying. I think that makes it special.
Cape Town itself just gives you the most beautiful views. And when it comes to flying and the purpose of flying, it's you can pick and choose your reason for getting into an aircraft. But if it's just for the pure freedom of getting in a plane and flying just for the purpose of flying, you're going to land at the same airfield again. Cape Town's unmatched. Stellenbosch is a small airfield situated a couple of miles east of Cape Town International. It's a small place, but it's where general aviation is extremely popular, in South Africa at least, or in Cape Town at least. So it's a lot of domestic GA travel that goes in there. It's very close to Stellenbosch and the places that you would like to go into if you want to come to Cape Town. Because if you go to Cape Town International, you need to drive quite far to get to where you want to go. Cape Town has got a very interesting climate. The entirety of South Africa has got summer rainfall, and winter it doesn't really rain. Cape Town itself is the exact opposite. In winter it rains, in summer it's beautiful weather. And that's another reason why, like, flying in Cape Town in summer is just perfect. You're guaranteed to have good weather. Usually, even if it's 30 degrees Celsius, you're getting a density altitude of like 3,000 feet. So it doesn't matter how hot it gets, you can take off. You're not limited by density altitude, which is also great. And it's just beautiful. So in my opinion, it's the most beautiful airfield in the country, personally. Seeing Africa for what it is one thing that's quite special to me. Come to South Africa. It'll surprise you with its natural beauty and its untamed attitude. We don't take life for granted.
A land of singular beauty, where the circle of life shapes the day-to-day. And endless adventure awaits by land, sea, and sky for those willing to take the first steps.
Africa gets under your skin like that.